Shalom. We're going to give all praise and glory to our Heavenly Father Yahweh. In the name of our Lord and Savior Yahawashi, peace and blessing be about to brothers and sisters throughout the four corners of the earth that are waiting on the downfall of the kingdom of Edom.
That's right.
And the coming of the ushering of the King of Israel. That's right. That will be set up by the Heavenly Father, starting with His Son Yahawashi. Today we're going to go into just, how the time is coming to an end. We're approaching the time in which the kingdom of Esau's kingdom will be down. We're approaching the time of great tribulation as well. And that's something that we have to be aware of as the news around the world in different countries beginning to show the signs of basically division, tribulation, of the coming, impending doom that's to come upon the earth, man. Like it says in the scriptures, that it's going to be no time that there is ever from the beginning of mankind like the time that's coming into.
Right.
The time of great mourning, of great death. Millions of people will die in a very short period of time on this earth. And you're going to need that covering of Yahawashi, man, to escape. To come, go into the world to come. So go ahead,
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28 and verse 7. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears, and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war, of evil, and of pestilence. That's right. And the prophet Jeremiah was saying, like the prophets of old, man. Like us brothers and many brothers around this country and around this world. We prophesied against great countries, man, and great kingdoms. And this is a great kingdom right here. And we prophesied against it, man. The same way that our ancestors did in the time of old. We prophesied when war is coming against this place, or when just war in general, when this place it wages war against other countries. And just like not necessarily a famine has yet hit this place like it would, like it's going to, but we, it got different things that this place is going to face, and destruction is the main one, like the scriptures say. And of many evils, and you can see the evil that's going on in this place, man. You got homosexuality, you got gays, men marrying men, women marrying women. That's a big evil, man. You got murder in the streets. You got Jake dying at the hands of our enemies. That's many evils that's going on in this place, man.
Yeah.
So we're here to prophesy against that, man. And we also here to prophesy against our people, man, and their wickedness also.
Exactly.
And against our enemies.
Right.
For the atrocity that they did to our people, man. Like the same thing that our ancestors did in the past.
Was just talking about Feast of Bacchus, and you could have been running with that topic.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All the time.
That's one of the many evils that goes on in this place, like we were just saying, the Feast of Bacchus, man.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people today, they celebrate Mardi Gras. That's the Feast of Bacchus, man.
Yep.
No, that's against the Most High. That's against the scriptures, man.
But you know what's funny? Mardi Gras is tied to Christianity.
That's right. Exactly.
Right? Come on.
That's right, man.
So how is Mardi Gras, the Feast of Bacchus, tied to a heathen, which we'll get into?
Right.
It's tied to
go into that
Christianity, to your great old Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Your Lent. That's
right.
Your Roman Catholic Church.
So they got Fat Tuesday, I guess, that's coming up soon. And Fat Tuesday is whenever they get all their celebration out, get all their sinning out of their system, and then they go in and do it. Is it Ash Wednesday?
Yeah, Ash Wednesday.
Then Ash Wednesday comes in after that, where you go so-called get your forgiveness for your sins, and then you fast. You're supposed to fast from all your sinning and all your wickedness that you get into.
To let everybody know that you fasted.
Right, exactly. So this is the time of the year in this part of the country that they're going into right now.
Yep.
We seeing all the Bacchus celebrators right now walking around, with their Bacchus outfits on, their Mardi Gras outfits. They just had a big, huge Mardi Gras parade. Just a couple hours ago they had down here. So that's the time. That's one of the great evils spoken of, like in the scriptures, and we here to prophesy against that, man. The Most High is not for none of that stuff, man. This is one of the reasons why this place got to be destroyed, man.
Yep.
They try to use this book to justify that stuff, man.
Yep.
But it's nowhere in this book where he tell you to do any of that stuff, man.
Yeah, he actually speaks against it.
That's right.
But this goes back to the ancient Greek and Roman custom. This is all Greek and Rome over again.
That's right.
This last beast had some of the powers of the beast before it.
That's right.
So they incorporated some of the other captivities that we went through, and they fused them all together under one. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 6, starting at verse 1. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers, and not to live after the laws of God, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter Olympius, and that in Gerizim of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they did desire to dwell in the place. The coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people, for the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles, who dallied with harlots and had to do with women within the circus of the holy places, and besides that brought in things that were not lawful. The altar also was filled with profane things which the law forbid.
Right, sacrificing of swine's flesh, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was one of the main things that they used to do. Sacrifice swine flesh on the altar.
Yeah, Esau knew it was unlawful, man. These Edomites, they knew.
That's
they
right.
went and did things in the temple. They
Right.
came into the temple, which they're not supposed to go into.
Right.
The temple is only for Israel.
That's right.
And then they brought sacrifices that they knew was against the law.
That's right.
Then on top of that, they was getting drunk and having orgies inside the temple.
Inside the temple, man. Yep.
Wickedness, man. No, they brought a man, an old man from Athens, Greece, to come down there to push that stuff. In verse 6, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or profess himself at all to be a Jew.
That's right, man.
This is the reason why in this captivity, if you tell them that you're a Jew, they laugh at you.
They laugh.
Because you're not by law, by really Greco-Roman law, which is, this is what this place is ran under. You as a people are not supposed to call yourself a Jew.
And those are the people who Paul, the prophet, the apostle Paul was going to speak to, man.
Exactly.
Those people whose heritage was stripped from them, you know, by that Roman rulership, that Greek rulership.
Yeah,
those were the people that he was going to speak to in Athens and in Greece and in Galatia. Those are those people that Paul was trying to reach, man.
Yep.
Not the Gentile nations, but those Israelites who lost their identity, man, because they weren't allowed to keep their customs. They wasn't allowed to keep the Sabbath day. They wasn't allowed to keep the holy days, man.
Exactly.
None of that.
This is why they took out the Apocrypha, man.
That's right.
They took out this book because they didn't want you to know who the Greeks were in the New Testament.
That's right.
That Paul and all the apostles were reaching.
That's right, man.
Verse 7. And in the day of the king's birth, in the day of the king's birth, every month they were bought by bitter constraint to eat all the sacrifices. When the feast of Bacchus was kept, which that's what you know as Mardi Gras.
That's it. That's right.
The Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus, carrying ivy.
That's right. And how and what had it ain't sealed it for me. I already knew what it was, but my son was in a daycare, and one year, and this time of the year came around, they sent my son home with a little stuffed animal which had Bacchus on it. The word Bacchus written on it.
So they know.
They know. They know what they celebrate, man.
If you look up, in fact, if you look up like the website or pictures of like Mardi Gras New Orleans, some of them shirts and some of them advertisements will actually say Bacchus on it.
Yeah, that's it. That's what they know.
Mm-hmm. And it'll have the little mascot, and he'll have like a glass of wine. He'd be drunk, looking crazy.
Right.
Because that's the god of wine and revelry. Bacchus is the Greek god of wine and revelry.
Yeah, they go get all their reveling out their system for this so-called Mardi Gras, and then they go out and go to Ash Wednesday and try to get forgiveness for their sins, man. Yeah. After what they just did the night before. I mean, it's just straight mockery, man.
It's no different than the Christian church, all the same thing.
You're right.
Verse 8, moreover, there went out a decree to the neighboring cities. Now remember, this is in Jerusalem, not a neighboring city, so any of the other cities inside Israel. Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighboring cities, now of the heathen, and this is in the other cities outside of Israel, Jerusalem, by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices. So the other heathen were Hellenized into these particular, into the Greek ways. That's the reason why when you get into the Gospels, when it talks about the women of Canaan, it says a Greek, a Syrophoenician by nation.
Right.
There was everybody else, the heathens were Hellenized too.
Yep. That's right.
So what that did was it made it to where wherever Israel did go, they would now be having to deal with that particular Greek, the Greek customs.
Yep. That's right.
It says, neighboring cities of the heathen by suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices. And whoso would not conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles should be put to death.
That's your Gentiles, man.
So
that's your Israelites who was converted, man. Not converted, was forced to leave their customs and
if they didn't, they were killed.
That's right. Some kept it.
That's why the Maccabees fought against.
That's right.
Because you had a faction of our people in Israel.
Jake, man. Straight ahead. Look, Jake, straight ahead. I like it. He with his Edomite woman, and they fascinated.
Yeah, they're about to keep the Feast of Bacchus.
The Feast of Bacchus today. You're right.
About to keep the Feast of Bacchus, man.
Yeah, man. It's like this place is just. This is one of the evils.
He want to save his Edomite princess. Man.
It ain't gonna happen though.
That's why he upset, man.
And this is one of the evils, man. This Feast of Bacchus is just a small one of the evils that goes on.
Daughter of Edom. Daughter of Edom.
That's right.
Daughter of Esau Edom.
Right.
Daughter of Esau Edom.
That's right.
Your mortal enemy.
This is Matthew chapter 15, verse 8. This people draw nigh unto me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. But in vain they do worship me, teaching the doctrines, the commandments of men, man. This Feast of Bacchus, man. That's a commandment of men that these people walk around here and follow, man. But like I say, Ash Wednesday, they going to be up in church, so-called worshiping the Most High, man.
Yeah.
Worshiping him in vain. A lie. Their whole worship is a lie. Because you just was the day before, you were worshiping another God.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's confusion, man. This place is confusion. This is Babylon the Great, man.
Yep.
You go into that word Babylon, it means the land of confusion, man.
Yep.
And that's where we at.
Yeah, they got a holiday for every 2 weeks or some kind of holiday.
Right. Man, Esau fascinated with us over there.
I'm telling you.
She probably shooting a video.
Yeah.
But like
that boy feel cut, man, that's why.
Good old America, man.
Ask her for reparations, bro.
See if you're gonna get that.
Ask Ole Miss for reparations, bro.
Right.
Don't be a bedbug, bro. Don't be a bedbug, bro.
That's right.
Go ahead, Doc.
Get out.
Get out, man.
This is Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of Yahweh are upon this sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
So the Most High eyes up on this sinful kingdom, man.
That's right.
And he's seeing all the evils that's going on in this place, man.
Exactly. He's seeing the oppression, man. He's seeing He's seeing these Edomites throw, our people in jail at a high rate.
Right.
Extrajudicial killings in the streets.
Man.
Injecting our people with poison.
That's right.
You know, planning mass slaughter on our people.
That's right. Using it for experimental projects.
Doing gentrification.
Right.
You got these fake Edomite liberals. They'll come to these cities like Houston, and then they'll do gentrification with a smile on their face.
Right.
Acting as if that they're down with our people, but they're basically increasing the homelessness among our people with this gentrification.
That's right.
That's really what they're doing, man. Because a lot of these jakes, those homes have been paid off and built going back 100 years ago, some of them.
That's right.
You know, back in the 30s, 20s, 30s, and 40s. And now these jakes are being moved off through economic warfare, man. They increase property taxes and can't afford it, then they start auctioning them off in the courthouse underneath them. They don't even know what's going on. Before you know it, they got a letter saying, "Hey, y'all got to go."
That's right.
Somebody accompanied them, bought this house, this property.
Yeah.
And then they flip it, renovate it, and then they have these Edomites come in and lease them, and then these jakes are out in the streets, man.
So, and Jay can tell you nothing's going on either.
Huh?
Jay can tell you nothing going on
Oh
either.
yeah, Jake is in locked up. That dude over there, she's probably a Democrat. He's a Democrat.
Yeah.
And then the interest that they vote for is against him as a man.
That's right.
As a so-called black man.
That's right.
But he'll go there and he'll think that he's got in good because maybe her daughter gives him a hug and says, "How you doing, bud?"
Right. Her ancestors probably was the same ones lynching his ancestors. You know, Jake don't think like that, man. But Jake, they quick to go lay down with these other nations, but don't look at the destruction, man, and the humility that these people have put our people through, man.
I think it's a smart move by doing it too.
Yeah.
It's like this Isaiah 5:21. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight.
That's right, bro. That's right.
Exactly.
Jake thinking he making a smart move, man, by getting him one of these other nations to wife, man.
Yep.
But you just don't know that you coming up straight up against the Most High.
Yep.
You bumping heads with your maker, man. And you know how that's gonna turn out.
If anything, you should be wondering why you got young men out here in the street talking. What are they upset about? You should be inquiring. Because then when you come over here, these guys, they know they're not man enough to come down the street and talk to men. If the dude's man enough, you're a man. You don't sit around taking pictures of a man from across the street. You come down, you talk like a man.
Right.
But this is the state of a lot of guys out here. They're nothing but cowards, man.
That's right.
They don't want to stand up for their own people. They want to lock arm step with the enemy, and that's why the Most High is going to destroy them.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
You're a grown man taking a picture of another man, bro.
What you gonna go do with that picture?
I don't even want to know.
What are you gonna go possibly do with that picture?
You should be ashamed of yourself, man. You a grown man taking a picture of another man from across the street. That's ridiculous, man.
It is.
You don't see the state and condition of our people. You should be wondering what's going to happen next, man.
Well, take pictures of your homeless brothers and sisters, man, that's up and down this street. I bet you they ain't gonna take no pictures of that.
Yep.
That's what they need to be doing. Or take pictures of that and post that up.
Yeah, I mean this guy is getting preparing to kill our people. Did you hear about the news about those immigrant kids, right, in them camps? They're getting raped.
Oh yeah.
You saw that? The implication came out that them kids that were separated from their parents out there on the border, that they're being raped. That they're being raped by the administration. People from outside that don't work there are coming there to molest and rape those kids.
That's right, man.
Come on, man. And Esau want to say we the problem.
Yeah. And this guy, he's over there across the street, wondering why in the world we're out here talking about that.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. They always try
for reparations, bro.
Right.
Come on, man.
You know she got the inheritance from her grandfathers.
She might be a $5 Indian. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 7. Surely Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. So the Most High only reveal his secrets to his prophets, man. And so that's what we doing out here. We prophesizing the downfall of this wicked kingdom. And so then these secrets are only revealed to us, man, and other brothers that's out here doing the same thing, man. And so that's why Esau, it looks strange to them when we out here talking in this lingo about this place falling, man.
Get me real quick, Nehemiah chapter 8, start at verse 1, Okay. We'll see if it's strange. Let's see if our forefathers did the same thing back in the day.
Right. That's what I said. That's what I brought out earlier in the book of Jeremiah.
Yeah,
Prophets of old did the same thing. You say 4 and 8?
No, chapter 8, start at verse 1. Read on down.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8, verse 1. And all the people gathered themselves together as one man into the street that was before the water gate. And they spake unto Ezra the scribe to bring the book of the law of Moses, which Yahweh had commanded to Israel.
This is what the book of the law of Moses, man. This is commanded to Israel, not the other nations.
That's right.
To Israel, man.
That's right.
So if you brothers are struggling with that whole other nations can't be saved, you better understand something called inheritance that's given by law to a particular set of people, man.
That's right, man.
It don't make sense for him to give the first 5 books to a set of people, tell you to keep the law, give you the judgments and punishments of the law, and then all of a sudden have people that don't have to receive those punishments.
That's right.
To get an inheritance that was never even promised.
That's like
that don't make no sense.
That's what I always say. So you think these other nations can run around and do all this reveling and partying and then still think they're going to get into the kingdom of heaven? It don't make no sense, man.
Come on, man.
It don't make no sense, man. And they going to go through the curses and the punishment that our people go through? It don't make no sense to me.
Come on, man.
None at all. Keep going on that. Verse number 2. And Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women, and all that could hear with understanding.
The law is see, what people think about the law is just really a commandments, understanding. The whole thing is just known as the law. Genesis is the law.
That's right.
Numbers is the law.
That's right.
It's not about, the law is just keeping 600 and whatever laws.
Yeah.
The law is the whole is the actual commandments
that could hear with understanding. That you can
the
hear.
law is also prophecy.
Right.
That's what it's talking about. It's deeper than just the law. Yeah. It's the prophecies.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gotta go, man. People, I keep tired of hearing people talk about, man, the 10 Commandments, the 10 Commandments.
Right, right.
Like there ain't a bunch of others.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, the law can't save you.
The law can't save you.
Because you got people out there, they'll try and keep all these laws, and they're still going to be destroyed because one, they didn't get the forgiveness of their sins. 2, you can't keep. You try to keep all these laws, you lose your mind. You need the grace of Yahawashi. For the Most High not to destroy you because of the laws.
You hear a lot of brothers talk law, but you never hear the gospel come out, man.
Yeah.
You never hear faith come out their mouth. You never hear the gospel or faith come out their mouth, man. You never hear the gospel, the faith, and Yahawashi come out their mouth. And you never hear that, man. It's always law this. Another brother or sister walk up to the camp, first thing they pull out the book is scriptures about fringes, man. Or the first thing they pull out is about the sister ain't dressed right. You know, break the gospel down to her first, man. All that's gonna come last. Break the gospel down to her and let her get understanding of that, man. First,
let them get into the faith and then they go in Yahawashi. They're just like, man, there's a law in here. If you have your own brother come to you reaching another guy, you should put him to death immediately.
That's right.
That's in the law.
That's in the
so
law.
if you didn't keep that, you didn't transgress the law
already.
Because you gross in the law, you're a debtor to the whole law.
That's right, man. That's just like the law out here. You run the stop sign, you breaking the law. You done broke the law right here in America, man. So the same thing. You break one law in this Bible, you done broke the whole law.
Yep. That's why they have the grace of the law, so that that our people are in the condition that they're in.
Right.
That some things unto death.
Right.
But the Most High is giving grace for them to repent.
That penalty don't fall right up on you like it's supposed to, right in an instant.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be put to death, man. You get caught being a sodomite. You know, but you got a grace period to correct yourself on that.
Yeah. Adulterers, murderers, sorcerers, drug dealers, and sorcerers.
That's right.
People that pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
People that push pills.
What's the symbol on top of Walgreens, man?
Yeah.
It's the little witch cup with the little stir in it, man, with the little stars around it.
Yeah. Which is blue, man.
That's right.
So they brought out the book of the law. The book of the law, basically what was the commandments, who they are, what happens if we don't, if we stray away from the Lord, all that stuff.
That's right.
That's what they're preaching. And the deliverance. Because in the law, you can get the whole thing. The Messiah is going to come. The star that shall come out of Jacob.
Right.
All of that stuff.
That's right.
You know, the prophet you're supposed to hear in Deuteronomy 18. If nobody hears this prophet, you'll be destroyed from among the people. That's what he was bringing up. Keep going.
I'm going to start back at 2. Verse 2. And Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women, and all that could hear with understanding, upon the first day of the 7th month. And he read therein before the street that was before the water gate, from the morning until midday, before the men and the women, and those that could understand, and the ears of all the people were attentive unto the book of the law. And Ezra the scribe stood upon a pulpit of wood, which they had made for the purpose. And beside him stood Matthias and Shema and Ananiah and Uriah and Hilkiah and Maaseiah on his right hand, and on his left hand Peradiah and Mishael and Malachiah and Hashem and Hasabana and Zechariah and Meshullam.
It's good. That was a tough name.
Yeah.
Right. So they were preaching out in the streets, man.
That's right.
These were men. This is like a vision of a camp of men teaching.
That's right.
Out in the streets to the people, man.
That's a cut to all you brothers who don't believe in the camps, man.
Come on,
you want to sit on YouTube and Facebook and type and think you think you're doing the work, which is part of the work.
Yeah.
But brothers supposed to be out on the street,
but
man.
y'all love
in the work. Hey, brother.
Because the work comes from you.
One love. See y'all again.
All right,
okay.
man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's a cut to people saying that you shouldn't go out and teach.
That's right.
You got a movement of people out there that say, man, y'all shouldn't be out there teaching.
Right.
Look at this, bro.
Sons of the prophets, man. If you go into that sons of the prophets, when you see it in the scriptures, that was a group of men that congregated together to preach the word, man, and studied the word, studied the scriptures, man. That was a camp.
Yeah. It doesn't mean every brother got to go out and teach, but to teach against brothers going out and teaching,
it's going off, man. That's right, man.
A lot of people you learning from these camps, man. Even if it's just ground, level 1, you
That's
learn.
right, man.
You find out.
That was a commandment from Yahawashi, man. That's what he told the disciples to do. Go ye out and teach, man.
Yeah.
You know?
You teach in the synagogue, you teach in the streets.
That's right.
Yahawashi was doing both. Yeah. You got to go after we're not greater than our master.
Paul used to go out in the chief concourse in the streets and debate, man.
Yeah.
He used to go out there and debate folks that try to come up against the scriptures in the chief streets and concourse, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's in the main area where a lot of people will congregate and move around.
That's when you read them prophets like Jeremiah, Isaiah, a lot of them was in the streets.
That's right, man.
Talking to the people. Ezekiel went out into the streets, preaching to the people that they had to repent and change.
That's right.
You know, you go in the synagogue, go in a synagogue, wherever it is, whatever sphere it is. You know? So this whole thing is the law. The whole thing. Law means just commandment, man. That's what it means. You know? That's what it means, man. This is like, these are all commandments. And then with that is prophecy, man.
Yep.
So people just think it's just literally like a law, like literally just only like particular laws with punishments. But law, it just means commandment. This is what the commandment of the Lord that came down to you. You know, this is the whole thing. This is really the whole thing is the law, bro.
That's right, man. Right. This book ain't nothing but a book of commandments, man.
Exactly.
From Genesis to Revelation, it's nothing but commandments in this book, man.
Yeah, even when you're going for prophecy about watch out for these are the end time prophecy, that's a commandment.
That's right.
Oh, let's get that.
Where is it? I just had it.
Get on Matthew 24 or Luke 21, whichever one. You know, because when Yahawashi is saying this is law. That's law. It's prophecy, yes, but it's still commandment.
That's right. It's a commandment, man.
Yeah, he says, watch.
Matthew 24:3.
You can start at the top.
Start from the top.
Yeah, start at the top and red letter. Because they're gonna say, what's the end of these days to come?
This is okay. This is first. This is Book of Matthew, chapter 24,
Verse 1.
verse 1. And Yahawashi went out and departed from the temple. And his disciples came to him for to show him the building of the temple. And Yahawashi said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us what shall these things be, and what shall be the signs of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahawashi answered and said unto him, Take heed that no man deceive you.
That's a commandment, huh?
That's right.
Take heed lest no man deceive. That's a commandment.
That's a commandment.
Me and the brother was going over some of the stuff that that we did 2 years ago, where these GMS was teaching brothers to worship man.
Oh yeah.
And all that stuff. That's a take heed warning. Let's say man deceive you.
That's right.
When he said take heed, that's commandment, man. That's
a commandment, man. That's a commandment, man.
Now why is he? What's he saying? I'll take heed what?
Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many.
Man have came through and did that. David Koresh out there in Waco. Lots of them. There's guys in South America. Jim Jones. We was talking about Jim Jones.
Yep.
Dave Father Divine.
Yep.
I'm the Heavenly Father and the Son.
And there's going to be many more that's going to rise. Man.
Yeah.
The closer we get to the end, it's going to be a lot of them that's going to try to rise up and try to say that they
as people get desperate, turmoil comes, economic collapse. That's a prime time to take advantage of what troubled souls.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
man.
that boy in Miami. What was it? Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Yep. He was trying to say he was the Messiah.
He said he was Yahweh, the son of Yahweh.
Right.
Yahweh ben. No, I'm telling you, bro. You guys don't know how heavy this is, man.
Danger zone, man. You in danger waters.
That was in Miami, bro. The dude had people killing people, bro. Right?
That's right.
Dude had people killing people in Miami, man. Over like if he wanted a particular building for business, they would kill the guy if the guy didn't come off the business.
Right. That's right.
See, that's an example. That's a perfect example right there of another set. Like when people believing that the end times are waiting for some antichrist, whatever that doctrine. Nah, man, it's happening all around. You got so many deceptions out here, so many antichrists out
here.
And
their eyes are not open to that, man, because they can't discern it spiritually.
Right.
They looking at it as a carnal thing. They looking at it like it's just happening because this happened because they doing this or whatever. But it's a spiritual thing.
It is.
They just can't see it.
Yeah. Yep.
Just like whenever I bring this one out because I love that part, man. When Elisha and his servant, whenever they was in. When they was surrounded by the Assyrians.
Yeah, somebody. I think it might have been the Assyrians or Syrians.
Syrians.
It might have been Syrians.
They got encamped. They around him. Just him and his servant, man. Elisha wasn't scared, but his servant got scared. And Elisha prayed to the Most High for his servant to open his eyes up. And when he opened his eyes, he had like all the angels, man, was encamped around in the mountains with fiery chariots, man. They were ready for war. That's why Elisha wasn't scared, man, because he knew he had the Most High had his back.
Yep.
He was encamped by thousands of army, men all around him, ready to kill him.
Yep.
But he wasn't scared, man, because he knew he had the Most High had his back.
Yep.
That's that faith, man.
Right. This is verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah, like right now you got the India and Pakistan.
Right.
Because of the fighter jet, the guy, Indian fighter jet got shot down. The guy was injured. They took him captive. And India and Pakistan got a beef primarily over Kashmir region. So people was like, oh man, is it going to pop off? One of these guys, Jake Morphonios, is just like, man, both of them got nuclear weapons. If they shoot nuclear weapons, it can lead to a nuclear winter. It leads to devastation across the earth. But that's a war. Rumors of war. But the end is not yet, because according to prophecy, nothing's supposed to go down until certain events occur.
That's right.
Let got to get sealed. They got to start war in the Middle East, which is the valid Yahawashi prophet we get into. So you can't just use the precursor of India. Clashing over something like this, which is not even happening. That's just a war and rumors of war.
And all this clashing over all these these people clashing over. You got the Pakistanis against the the Pakistan against the Indians, and then you got the Israelis fighting against the Palestinians. Yep. All over land that's not even theirs, man. That's our land.
Yeah.
You know, that what make it so funny to me. Like, you over here killing each other, fighting over some land that is not yours, man.
Over the controversy of Zion.
This land was promised to the children of Israel, man.
Yep.
And they will return one day back to that land, man.
That's just why the chaos is coming on earth, because the Most High has got to repay these people for what they've done to his people.
And that land got to be cleansed, man.
Yep.
I mean, those people gonna die at the hands of the Most High, man.
Yep.
And his servants, man. So, you know, all they doing over there is nothing. They doing that for nothing.
Yep. And really, they don't want it. They know that their elites know who the land is for, but they don't want to come off that land out of straight covenant.
That's right.
Man.
That's right.
You know, they want it. You know, the Palestinians know, the Arabs know who the land is for. So if they feel like they sent to Ishmael, where Ishmael gets the promise of the land? Ishmael went and inherited Arabia, man.
That's right, man.
That's in there. They know that, man. Don't act like the Most High gave the land to Ishmael. Edom, same thing, man. You lost the freaking thing. The Most High put you in the cave because you were a caveman.
That's
right. He put you in the cave, man.
That's where your cave. That's where you
put you in Mount Seir for a reason. You a caveman, bro.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Right?
That's it, bro. That's the truth.
He's a caveman, bro.
That is the truth.
Most High's cold with it, man. He put that dude right in the cave. Then he went and called himself a Caucasian, man. Of all things, you went and doubled down on your identity.
You see how when the sun gets closer to down, it's just setting, all these revenants come out.
Yep.
Bacchus.
Yeah, go to the next shoot. There's more feet.
No, go ahead. I was just, I get it. I can still get it after.
Okay.
Verse 7. For nations shall rise against nations, and kingdoms against kingdoms, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
Yeah, and if you look at this, a lot of times, man, you know what's so heavy out? It's like when you start, you got to expand your mind to think like Yahweh. Everything that happens in a 500-year period or 100-year period, 20-year period, is short to them.
That's right.
So this famines in diverse places, that's already been happening.
Yep.
You had, let's go back to the 1600s or whatever. You had like the potato famine. You had the famine in Ireland. You had famine in Bangladesh in the 70s. You had famine all throughout Africa, like Ethiopia. Remember back in the 80s, you had the big famine.
Yep.
You've had various famines that have occurred over the course of the last 100 years and 200 years. Earthquakes in diverse places. You've had major earthquakes that have occurred. That one with that had the tsunami back in 2003 or so. You had a big earthquake, I think, out in Peru recently. Now, and they're popping up in areas where they're not generally supposed to happen. We've had earthquakes like in Oklahoma that you could feel in Texas, a couple of years ago, right?
Dallas, they didn't have some in Dallas.
Yeah.
You know, but that's Esau with over there with that fracking causing those earthquakes, but still. That's earthquakes, man.
Still qualifies as an earthquake in diverse places.
It's registered on the Richter scale, so it's qualifying as an earthquake.
And earthquakes are increasing. They have like a thing, they have a website where they have a seismometer, where they got all the earthquakes that are happening across the world. They're increasing.
That's right, man. Who knows where you might have an earthquake in the middle of downtown Houston, man. Where this man here hurting the earth so bad. You know, you never know where you might have one, man. You know? Verse 8. And all these are the beginning of sorrows. And we ain't even touched on the Venezuela thing that's going on. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
So that's like some of the elect.
Right.
There's an order. These things happen, wars, pestilence, famines, because see what's going to happen is the level of instability globally is going to cause them to try and find people to blame. And they're going to be like, well, these people, they've been saying that this is going to happen. We got to afflict them.
Right.
Because they said that this was going to happen, that we're going to have all these problems.
That's right, man.
Because when it's like the I told you so, you know, people get mad when you're the I told you so guy.
They got to blame. They're going to blame that person, man.
Yeah. When you're the I told you so guy, they got to blame you.
Right. We just the messages, man.
Jake brought his Edomite woman here, looked at the sign and dipped.
He did.
He did. And he couldn't question.
He put his hands on. He put his hands on his hip and he dipped. He dipped. That boy hit the. What's that? He put his hands on his hip and he dipped.
And look, and on some real, all he had to do is talk to us. We don't know if she's Israel or not.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Possible, not likely.
People asking questions.
Yeah.
You know, we hey, it says it on apostle be at peace with all men.
Right.
We can't. There's a large George of people for it here. No, they don't.
That's right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16. I'm gonna just start at verse 15. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backwards. So once the Most High has said this out of his mouth, man, you know, it's gonna happen, man. You know, his prophecies are gonna be fulfilled.
Right.
Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Woe is me! Woe is me! Woe is me! Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plagues, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all those things they shall not turn from their wickedness and be always mindful of the scourges. So even though the Most High did all these things in the past, like the brother was saying, like the plagues and all that type of stuff upon this earth, these folks still run around here doing their wickedness, man. You know, and the Most High say his word is not going to return void, man. So what he say going to happen, it's going to happen, man. So the end shall come, you know. And these are signs that we are seeing, you know, that we getting close to our Hamashiach return.
That's right.
You know, this is just speaking of prophecies that's going to occur in this place, man, in the end days.
I mean, I got a precept for you.
Go ahead, bro.
It's Isaiah chapter 13, verse 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains like as of a great people. A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord, Yahweh of hosts, mustereth the host of the battle. Then come from a far country from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
That's right, man.
And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that traveleth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames.
That's right.
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate.
That's
and he shall
ironic.
destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity.
That's right, man.
And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man that then golden wedge of a fear.
That's right.
That's right, man.
Come on, man.
I was just laughing because it was ironic though when the brother said their faces shall be as flames.
Yeah.
Like we in Esau's kingdom, man.
Yeah.
And that's the red man, man.
Yeah.
So when he said that, that was the first thing that came to my mind. Like Esau gonna be mad with anguish, man, and scared. He gonna be red. That boy's face gonna be red, man, right around here. You know?
Yeah, man. They know that they realize that this kingdom is probably crumbling, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're gonna be upset, man.
Yeah. You talk to them, they try to get that denial, like, oh, no, it's not happening.
Yeah, they don't believe an economic collapse is coming.
No.
But they setting it up, man, because they got to bring in this one new world order currency.
That's right.
About 30 years ago, I think that's when the Economist had that magazine on the front cover, they were basically had the one world order currency, and it had a bird coming out of the ashes. So implying that there's some kind of a doom that they want to create that's going to basically lead to a one world currency. Right. And the only thing to do is destroy the global economy, man.
Only thing, if the Donald Trump supporters was able to understand the Bible, they would know this place ain't never gonna be great again, man. This place is done. This place is gonna be toast, man. According, thus said Yahweh, man, this place is going to be destroyed.
It's done, man.
And I can't see it rising up, you know, to be great before its destruction, man.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
They ready. The RT was ready talking about potential recession 2020.
Yeah,
already. On the group chat.
But just a couple of days ago, they had this billionaire Edomite talking about that the country is not going to go into a recession.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's confusion, man.
Don't buy it.
And you know how they use you heard, if you watch the video, they said the reason why, because they have their signs showing that there's going to be a recession, or that because people ain't buying homes. Like the amount of people that are applying for home loans, they have different economic indicators of a strong economy. And among those is actually buying, having a mortgage. People have a great debt.
Yeah.
Like the younger generation is in great debt.
Like you got this new thing that Esau doing, man. They going buy tiny houses, building these tiny houses, man.
Yeah.
Going find them a piece of land out in the wilderness and build them a tiny house. Yep. And live off the grid, man.
Yep.
You know, so this place is done, man.
Yeah.
Whether you believe it or not. How you doing? Yeah. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 8. Well, I'm gonna start at 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of that follow? And he answered me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. The hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other questions Esdras asked, though not. So the scripture's saying, man, Esdras had asked the Most High, you know, what's going to happen, man, with this kingdom, man? And the Most High told him that this kingdom is about to fall, man. And the people that are in rulership right now, which is the Edomites, that it's about to be their downfall. And the people that's going to take over the kingdom, it's going to be the Israelites, man. The sons of Jacob, bro. So that's going to be the sunding of the times, man. So that's why we got to go through all this tribulations that the Most High is going to put up on this earth. These wars, the famines, you know, and all these other evils, the pestilence. We got to go through that, man. We gonna come into Jacob's trouble. So we got to be strong and handle that, man. He who endures to the end, then the same shall be saved, man. Those are the ones that's gonna inherit the kingdom, man. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. It's gonna be a beautiful day, man. Man, I pray that I get to witness that, man, and be a part of it.
Yeah. Tells you those that are left behind are blessing those that are
those that are taken.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you're if you're still alive during that time, man, to see it, you know, like the closer you get to see it, being able to see it, the more likely it is you probably of the elect. That's not that if your brother or sister dies beforehand,
that's right.
But it's like a blessing to actually go through the tribulation. That's the whole part of it.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
That's according to the scriptures. And
according to the scriptures out there, you just said those who last for the longest most likely going to be part of the elect. And the scripture too says, though, in Romans 11, you know those ones that's not blinded and can understand the truth. You know, he said that the elect was gonna get it.
Yep.
You know, so this Bible, man, and you know that a lot of our brothers and sisters, I pray that they open their eyes and come to the truth, man, of what's going on, man, because they got some bad times coming ahead of us, man. You know, and we're going to need the strength of Yahawashi behind us, man, to help us get through these times, man. If you ain't got that covered over you, man, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough for you, man.
So Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of thy salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. So, yeah. wisdom and knowledge is going to be severely at that times, man. You're going to have to believe.
That's right, man.
You know, in His Word, man. You have
right.
to believe in the fact that, you know, the things that happen, that come to pass, that you're going to believe that He's going to be able to bring you through it in those times.
You're going to have to be able to hear and understand these scriptures, man, these commandments, just like we were reading in Nehemiah, the book of Nehemiah. You got to be able to hear and understand, man. You know? You got a lot of brothers that just hear, they'll pass by, be like Shalom, but they not understanding. You know, they not getting the understanding, man, of what's going on.
Yeah, a lot of people just think that it's like, oh, I'm Israel, I'm good.
Right.
I know I'm Israel, I'm not eating pork, I'm not eating shrimp. You saying I try and keep the Sabbath or whatever.
Man, I wish I could turn the camera on there. Michael, that boy red as a crawfish over there eating.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey.
Like he could blend in. You put a red wall by, you blend right up in with it.
For real. Red, man. Real red, man.
It's gonna be a beautiful day, man, when this kingdom fall, man.
Yep.
It's gonna be beautiful. No, it's not gonna be so beautiful for some other people, but for the elect of Israel, it's gonna be a beautiful thing, man.
They talk about well, I'm gonna bring this out, but I was gonna get some in Revelations too about Babylon is falling. It's falling. This is verse 18. It's in Revelation 18. You can hold. Start at verse 1. I'm gonna get a precept real quick. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1. But of the times and of the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, peace in the Middle East. I remember back in the 90s, they used to be like, peace in the Middle East.
Right.
And you probably you don't know about that time, but when I was a kid, I was like in elementary school. We used to be like, peace in the Middle East.
Place ain't gonna never see no peace.
I've heard that. That was during the time of the Gulf War.
Yeah.
With first President Bush.
Okay.
So there was a saying, peace in the Middle East.
That place ain't never had peace, man. Ever since those people been in that land. They never had peace.
Ain't no peace when Esau around.
No peace in the Middle East.
Esau's about war. He's a warmonger.
That's right.
Yeah. He ain't about peace. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
That's right. That's right, man. It's not gonna bring terroristic acts on this place, man.
Not us. The Most High.
The
In
Most
fact,
High. That's
He
right.
gonna use their own people to help do it.
That's right. That's right, man.
Esau is going to off himself.
And he gonna put it on the mind of a lot of these other countries to do it.
Yep.
Right.
He's all them to be divided amongst themselves. People think we don't support terrorism.
Nah. That's
The
right.
Lord does.
That's right, man.
He gonna use your own people to be terrorists. Just like y'all did the fake 9/11, y'all did that.
That's what the scriptures say. The Most High is a man of war, man.
Yes.
So and he gonna prove that, man. In these end days, he gonna prove what kind of man he is.
Yeah. Yahweh is his name, man.
That's right.
Yahweh is his name. Yeah, you can read that.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 18 and verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is falling, and is coming the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. If that ain't describing this place, man, I don't know what it is.
So nobody gonna live here, right?
It damn sure not the Vatican. it damn sure not Rome.
Come on, man.
You know, this place is a habitat for every foul thing in the earth, man.
Well, it's gonna be. That's what it said.
Yeah, it's gonna be, but right now it is.
Yeah.
You know?
We keep reading now.
Right.
It's gonna go into that.
Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed the fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sin have reached unto the heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she has filled to her double.
Wait, where's the reparations out there, Rock?
No, ain't no reparations in there, bro. You know?
I just said reward, man. I thought reparations was coming out of that. So the Most High wants to actually destroy?
He wants to actually destroy this place, man. So most of you Jakes keep calling about some reparations. You won't even give maybe a chance to enjoy that stuff by the time it passed through the House and Congress.
Yeah.
you wouldn't even see a damn dollar.
Jake gonna get the reparation through the chip, right?
Right. That's the only reparation you would get if it come through that chip.
Yeah.
But man, this place is done, man.
Yeah.
You know, our forefathers did it. You know, brothers are doing it now all over the world. This place is about to fall, man. Just like the angel gonna say when he come, Babylon has fallen.
Babylon is fallen.
That's right.
Jake that just left over here should have stayed. He was in the right for a moment. He should have stayed here and started asking questions.
That's right.
Yeah.
We just a precursor, man. Before that angel come down from heaven and light up the sky and say Babylon has fallen. We're a precursor to that right now.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, Jake believes that somehow, some way, they're gonna get some reward from here, man. I don't see it, man.
Jake, you got to go through some tribulations, man, before you gonna see any type of reward, man.
Yep.
And it ain't gonna come from Esau's government, man. It's gonna come from the Most High.
I mean, if you take that knowledge, for carnally, man, you got to put in work to get some type of reward.
Who wants something from this man, though? Who would want some reparation from this man, man? It's gonna always come with a stipulation attached to it.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna come with something attached to it.
You know what? It's like, if Jake got reparations, y'all have to forgive Esau, man.
Right.
Don't complain no more about Esau brutality.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
None of that, bro.
Better not.
Because he guarantee if they give y'all any type of reparations, they ain't gonna want to hear about no.
Probably gonna be something you're gonna have to sign where you can't bring up none of that again.
Well, then you just sold out your people.
Non-disclosure.
You sold your people
I gotta do an NDA, non-disclosure act. Bro.
Yeah. You said, hey,
You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be something like that, man.
You're saying thank you for this. Oh, by the way, okay, so all that stuff, all those atrocities that happened to our people. Forget it.
We're gonna wipe that out your history books. We're gonna wipe that out of history. You know, we don't want to hear anything else about that. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Here's your check, Jake.
Come on, man.
Jake gonna get him some rims, man.
For the iniquity, beat them, man.
That's right.
That's why they're gonna get destroyed.
Yep, that's right.
Most High has got beef with them, man, and the beef he's gonna deal with them is gonna be well done, man.
He got a lifelong beef with them, man. He got some beef, man. They can't be squashed.
We can't even hold him back. The Most High has purpose himself to see this.
This is a type of reparation. This is a type of reparation Jake needed to go for right here. Joel 3:1.
Go ahead.
Hey, for behold, in those days, in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them. Meaning, I ain't pleading with you yet. They're for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people.
That's right.
And have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
That's right.
Yea, and what have you do to me with O Tyre and Zidon and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily I will return your recompense upon your own head.
He don't want it, man.
Don't want it.
He don't want it. And the Most High said that he scattered his people abroad in every nation, man. You know, and he said that, and they parted his land. Y'all parted his land, man. Y'all, just like I said earlier. You got the Palestinians got a piece of it. The Israelis, so-called Israelis, got a piece of it. You got the Pakistanis got a piece of it. You know, then you got India trying to get a little piece of it. All of these people trying to.
Kashmir's a different thing.
They all still trying to part our land, man. But the funny thing is, it's not y'all's.
Yeah. Because when you go into the partition, it's called the partition. That's the full part about it. Part of the land, and then they called it a partition.
Right.
So even they got a legal doctrine that calls it basically parting of the land.
Parting of the land, man. Same thing they doing with Africa today.
Yep.
They doing that with the whole continent of Africa, man. pointing it up, trying to get peace of it, man.
Yeah, I heard the
That's what I was looking. I was Leopold, King Leopold.
Yeah.
He couldn't get a piece of.
Well, they gave him the whole central part of Africa.
Yeah.
As his own land. Like basically, they gave it to him.
Yeah, but he was trying to get him a piece of Europe. You know, Belgium was like small or something, so he was trying to get a piece of Europe or something. So he wound up going to Africa, and he got him a nice chunk of Africa. He was trying to. He started going from the Congo all the way across to the west coast of Africa, man, just stealing land. The same way they always do, sign a treaty but don't hold up to the treaty. They knew none of these natives, they couldn't read or write none of these treaties, man. And so they go through there and they were signing over ownership of the animals, the land, everything on the land. They were signing over to these Edomites, man. And this dude committed atrocities over there, man. This dude documented killed over 10 million Israelites over there, man.
Yes, for 20 years.
10 million.
Yeah, chopped their arms off.
The population before he went there was like 10 million. And when he left, the population was 5 million. So you got to take into account all these
people that died and killed.
Right. Over 10 million, man. That's ridiculous, man.
And this is for them too, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, you thieves, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Because I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head.
That's a cold cut, man.
Right.
And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah.
So how can these people over there in the land be the real Jews?
Don't
make no sense, man.
Come on, man.
He said, I'll raise them out of the land in which you had sold them.
Right.
And they shall.
When have they ever been sold?
Wait, but you know, come on, man.
And they shall sell them to Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord Yahweh have spoken it.
Wait, who spoke about it?
Yahweh.
Okay. I thought there's some crazy guy on the street.
Yeah, we said, let's say it's us.
Yeah.
Proclaim.
When was them fake Jews sold into slavery, man?
Never, ever. I'll wait.
Ever.
I'll wait.
Never heard of it.
Somebody might bet.
They were sold in February,
Yeah.
In the month of February.
Then you're going to have to go into when they went into captivity by the way of slave ships.
Come on,
You know?
Wait, but they was funding the slave ships,
They was funding.
Okay.
Insurance, putting insurance on them.
Lehman Brothers.
Come on, man.
One of the companies.
Still here today.
And it was bailed out during the 2008 economic deal.
Yeah.
So y'all got all that money off the slavery and still need to get bailed out.
Still need to get bailed out.
You had to get. You still had to. The rich Edomites had to get welfare too, right? Billions of dollars, because they couldn't do business right. But then Jake asking for reparations, you can't even cut the check. But you'll spend $5 trillion in the last 15 years on a war in the Middle East for no reason. Then tell people you ain't got money.
And I gotta get Joel 3:11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about, thither cause thy mighty ones to come down. So all the oh Lord, Yahweh. Yeah. So all them people over there said they think they got the biggest military army, all that, and they do in this world right now. You thinking that's the strongest thing? Mm-hmm. Go ahead and try to do that. Go 1-on-1 box with God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let the heathen be weakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
We can be wakened.
Salaki. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is near in the valley of decision.
Yep, all those nations are going to be pulled into that land, bro.
Yep, that's right.
They're going to realize that they're going to need to go down there and settle that issue out there with them fake Jews.
What the scripture you had said shall be a snare under their feet.
Oh, that's in Job, right?
I think it was. I can't remember where it was. We had brought it out one time. It said it shall be as a snare under their feet or something like that.
Let me find it. Hold on.
Yeah, they gonna get gathered, man, into the valley of Jehoshaphat, man. The valley of judgment, man. Yahawashi Shabbat. Yahweh's judgment. And that's when he gonna deal with them, man.
Esau's down there trying to get oil out there in the Golan Heights. You have a company called Genie Oil, which on the board is one of the Rothschilds and other people, and that's really what Trump is. Obama, all these administrations, they all have the same agenda, man. Y'all people out there in the fantasy world, they all have the same agenda. Democrat, Republican, it don't matter, man. The agenda is the global agenda of the elite, man. Of the elite of Edom.
Right.
You know? This is Job chapter 18 and verse, let's start at verse 5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. This guy is not going to be no more illuminated, man.
Right, that's right.
Most I going to take away his knowledge from
light going to be put out, man.
No more Illuminati.
Out like a light.
Out like a light. Like a light. Like a light.
Right, man.
You know? The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast them down. He's out there looking at the Middle East. Man, we got to get that oil. Man, we want to get into Iran.
Right.
And we got to get into Iraq. Take the oil. Hey, even what's his name? Didn't Trump say? He said, if we go there, we got to take the oil. Remember?
Right.
He said, if we go to any country and they got oil, we got to take the oil.
Take it. So
that's their counsel.
That's right.
So, verse 8, for he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare.
That snare is the oil in the ground, man. That's the snare, man.
Yeah.
That's what's causing really all these countries to congregate in the Middle East, man.
Yeah.
They all trying to go after that wealth, greed.
And it's actually agitating other countries, because even the Venezuela thing is another agitation.
That's right, man.
It's another agitation.
All the suffering and the atrocity that's going on in Venezuela is the cause of this place, America, with they what you call those, not the tariffs, what that they put on them, those embargoes and all that stuff.
Blockades
they got against that country, man.
Yeah.
This country can't do no bargaining or whatsoever with no other countries, man. And other countries that want to deal with them, they scared because America might put the same embargoes on them.
Yeah.
So, and then you turn around and say that this country's president is a dictator and he's causing his people to starve.
But then said that another guy who never even ran for the election is the leader.
Is the leader. It don't make no sense. It's just a conspiracy with this country to try to get in there and take this country's wealth, man.
And that's the council, man. When you read that, the council's going to take them down. Their own council. Every time they go across the earth, they're stepping on resources that they're looking for, and they're agitating the nations.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Come on.
It's in their power, man. In their hands. It's an easy thing to them to go into these countries, man, and try to take them over and steal their oil, steal their wealth, man. That's their MO. That's what they do, man.
You know what's funny?
And then they make it look like that this man is the monster.
Yeah.
But you the one put all these blockades on this country and caused these people to go through these atrocities, man.
Come on, man. Come on.
It just don't make no sense to me.
And the thing of the nerve,
it makes sense. It's greed. They want these countries. They want these people wealthy.
Yeah.
But the Most High got a thing for you, man.
Yeah.
The Most High said you ain't finna keep doing this no longer, man.
Oh, hit Isaiah 33. Start at verse 1. Whenever you finish, if you're done with that, let me finish up this right here. This is Jeremiah 18. We'll start back at verse 8. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. The gent shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way.
Right, in the ground, man.
The trap is in the ground because you got to keep digging for that oil, man.
That's right, bro. Because it's greed, man. Like the scripture I just read, he lay in his bed and thinking craftiness, man, is what he can go do. Because it's in his power.
Yeah.
So whatever he think of, he can go out there and do it.
Yep.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 1. Woe to thee that spoileth, and thou wast not spoiled, and defilest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. These Venezuelans, man, they didn't deal treacherously with America, man. America dealt treacherously with them, man. So the Most High said, destruction to you, America, for doing that, man. Destruction is coming to this place, man. And Venezuela is not the first one it's happened to.
They done did this to so many places. And this is Esau, like my brother was talking about. Esau, all these countries and companies, they're all avatars of Esau.
That's right.
We were talking about that last night.
That's right.
Chameleon.
They're basically like, that's how he represents himself, but it's all just one big Esau.
One big Edomite.
It's
like
one
we
big Edomite. It's all one big Edomite, man.
Yep.
He just used these different countries.
That's right.
Which are nothing more than corporations, man.
That's it. That's all they are.
When you have a president, you are basically operating as a corporation, man.
Yeah, and you're robbing other corporations of their wealth.
Exactly.
That's what they're doing.
That's all it is, man. They're doing mergers, subsidiaries. They're taking assets. Same thing companies do, man.
Right.
They go and see something that they want, and they go and take it, man.
But it's all at the hands of the people, man.
Yeah.
The people the ones that's gonna suffer, you know, during the midst of these mergers and all these negotiations and acquisitions that they doing, man.
Yeah, because you gotta when Esau wants certain things, resources from countries, they gotta go to the table,
right,
and negotiate a deal.
And the people that suffer is always our people, man, the Israelites.
Yeah, and when
that's right.
When they negotiate these deals is not going to benefit the people, man.
Yep.
Just like the company go in there and negotiate a deal. Hey, we get a certain percentage of this.
Yeah.
In this particular deal, they do the same thing.
They downsizing. Who gonna suffer?
Yeah.
The workers gonna suffer because they gonna downsize and lay off a lot of these workers, man.
Yep.
They the ones gonna suffer. But then you will think the company going through something bad, and they'll turn around and the CEO gonna get a $20 million bonus.
Yep.
Like, you know how many people he could have kept working with that $20 million?
Yep.
Just get a man $1 million, man.
Exactly.
You know, $1 million is sufficient.
It's agreed, bro. Oh, keep going on that. Yeah, keep going.
I'm gonna start back at the top. This is chapter 33, Isaiah, verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wasn't not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. This place ain't never been spoiled, man. America has never been spoiled. There's never been a war on this soil, man.
Let's put that on all Edom.
Right.
Because
that's right.
when you go France goes into these other former French colonies and does the same thing.
That's right.
Portuguese, they do that in Angola, Mozambique.
Right.
They want the oil resources. Spain, they do the same thing in their other former colonies to try and take stuff.
That's why all over South America, all over Africa, these people speaking all these other languages, man. They speaking French, Portuguese, English, all these languages, man, of the Edomites, man.
Yep. Because when they make them speak that language, that's called like the langue franche. It's like their common language or trading language.
Right.
So they gotta have those other countries that they colonize and take over speaking that language, so that way when they're doing business, they can communicate more effectively.
That's why in this place they only teach us one language here is America. Other countries come in and gotta learn our language. I mean, not ours, the Esau's language, English.
Yeah. I mean, we're speaking.
Yeah. Since this is a so-called melting pot, it should be multiple language that should be learned.
Come on, man. That's the arrogance of America, man.
That's right.
Of Babylon, man. They're very arrogant people, man. They believe the world should bow down to them. Yep. That's why even the other Edomites don't even like America. Man.
Yeah, that's why these Edomites, different countries don't like each other, man. Like they don't like the Swedes, don't like the Russians, and what else? It just
there's a whole bunch of
whole bunch of Edomite turmoil going back and forth, man.
And then when the money starts getting low, when like they had the whole thing with the BRICS nations, and well, not the BRICS nation, they had the whole thing with the pigs. Right. Portugal, Ireland, Greece, and Spain. No, Italy, which is basically these countries have bad economies, but because they're pegged to the euro, they are able to still sustain some level of like importance when they don't produce nothing.
Right.
Italy, though, you go to Italy, they don't produce nothing, bro. Heck, even like Lamborghini, man, the Germans bought Lamborghini, man.
Right.
Volkswagen owns Lamborghini, man. When you see a Lamborghini, remember that Germans is building that stuff, not no Italians.
Just like when all these, but when it comes down to war now, all these Edomites, they gonna come back together. They gonna click back up.
Like Voltron,
you know?
Man. Oh yeah,
they gonna come together.
Oh yeah,
right up against Jake, man. Just like when they ready to go in here in Venezuela, watch how they click up. Cause they all want a piece of that, man.
Yep.
That Venezuela got one of the world's largest oil reserves over there, man. I wouldn't be surprised they be trying to get some of them other neighboring countries around there when they go in there.
Yep. If they know there's oil in another country, they'll go across.
They go and get it.
Right now they want to get, remember, like...
They knew it had oil on the moon. Esau be there. Trust me.
Come on, man.
Be there with oil rigs trying to figure out how to get it out of there.
They're trying to basically take control of all the resources in the...
That's right, man.
And this country is just simply the whooping boy of the earth, man. He's the guy, that's the main bully, man. That's the hitman. See, Esau operates he's just an avatar, man. All this place is, really, it's a hammer.
Yeah.
Because Esau, really, America is just acting as a hammer. Yeah. Like the scriptures say, man. So it's just Esau's hammer. When he goes around the earth, he's going to take over shit. So hitting people.
Yeah. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Walk softly and carry a big stick. That's what Theodore Roosevelt said.
The mightiest of Esau's kingdoms.
Yeah.
This place here, America.
Yep. It's the hammer of the earth, man.
Right.
Drop bombs on places, overthrow governments. Dude, you know how many governments the CIA, man, that overthrew on this planet, man? These guys, man.
Yeah.
From Patrice Lumumba out there.
You seen one of them Edomites with the I didn't really read into it, but I listened to a little bit of it. He was one of the FBI dudes that was being testifying. Now they've been having him testify.
Yeah.
He went up there and admitted, bro, they had discussed about I forgot what part of the Constitution where they can assassinate presidents, man.
Yeah.
He went up there and admitted that they had discussed that about doing that to Trump. Yeah. I say, boy, these Edomites, boy, they don't trust each other at all.
Yeah.
But like I say, when it comes down to war, they gonna come back together as that one big Edomite, man.
Yeah.
And lay down the hammer, like the brother was saying.
Yeah. America's acting on behalf of the elites.
Right.
The elites need certain control of resources before they can fully drop the. You need certain access to commodities before they can drop that global currency on the masses. And Venezuela is an OPEC country.
Yep.
And Venezuela was operating independently as a state-owned, operated company. They weren't allowing these Edomite companies, these multinational companies, Esau's avatars, to take anymore because they nationalized the oil. And that's a big no-no. That's why they're beefing with Iran. And that's Iran's oil is nationalized too.
And they knew that was funding that country, man. That's what kept that country going, was that oil.
Yeah. Like you gotta look how they operate with different OPEC countries. Nigeria is an OPEC country, but in Nigeria, the leaders there are full-on cahoots. Right. With them take whatever they want because the people that are in rulership in that country, they're not even from the oil-producing region of Nigeria, so they don't give a damn. So, but if anybody ever were to rise up over there and say we're going to nationalize the oil for the people, man, Esau gonna come in and it won't even take long because it's so easy to assassinate a leader in Nigeria. Right. That's nothing, man. That's easy. They could just get a couple of politicians, get some guys, and they'll just blow up a palace. As soon as the dude walk into the freaking state capitol, they'll blow the whole building up if they have to. And then they'll say he's been assassinated, and they'll just give it to another person. That person will go to Esau and be like, "Here's your Oga, here's your Oga."
Right.
Massa. Willingly.
What you got, brother? You got a question, man?
Some of the pictures.
Oh, okay.
Is that the only one y'all have? Like that?
Yeah, you can take a picture of it. Oh, it don't?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Email address or something? You got nothing? Yeah, we could have sent you an email or something like that.
Yeah, we're here every Saturday, man.
Like if you got access to the internet, you can go and just Google 12 Tribes Chart or something like that, and you'll pull it, and they'll pull up. Yeah, 12 Tribes of Israel. Yeah, 12 Tribes Chart. Yeah. It'll pull up. Yeah.
Got any other questions, bro? Cause we seen you walk by, man. We got any questions? Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, you got a question?
We were just talking about over here, as it's prophesied in the Bible, man, the downfall of this place, America. You know, and the Bible is referred to as So, and the Most High is talking about all the destruction, you know, that he's going to bring up on this place in the end days. You know, and how we see like a lot of that signs of it going on today. You know, nobody really knows the day the Most High going to return, but he shows us a lot of signs according to the scriptures, you know, when his end, you know, is almost coming. The rulership of this kingdom is going to fall, you know. Yep. And then the kingdom going to rise up. It's going to be the kingdom of Israel. It's going to be the Israelites who are going to be in rulership after this kingdom fall. So-called the end of the world, the whole world is not going to be destroyed. It's just going to be a change of rulership.
Yep.
And the rulership is going to be to the Israelites, man. Thus said Yahweh. Still got some more in this 33, huh?
Yeah. So 12 tribes.
Yeah, 12 tribes of Israel. Yep.
Yeah.
You see yourself on that side? Right, man. You one of God's chosen people, according to the Bible. That's right.
Really, that's all these are real names, man. That's just like, those are some terms and titles that Esau put on us to confuse everything up.
Right. Well, yeah, the lion, yeah, the lion. Yeah. Brothers, y'all know y'all ain't supposed to be celebrating that holiday, man. Y'all know y'all ain't supposed to be celebrating the Feast of Bacchus, man.
They know.
Yeah. I need a fence around it. I feel you. We're going to have a wall. We're going to build a wall around it, bro. Trust me, we're going to build a wall. Big wall going to be around our city.
Yeah. Nobody can.
You know we're going to build it up? You know we're going to build it? These other nations going to build our wall.
That's the cold part about it.
That's the cold part about
That's
it,
the cold part about the building of the walls, man.
Man.
Now you get to take
That's
credit
crazy,
for that.
y'all.
That's right, man.
Now you can take credit for that one.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
That's
dog.
a good one you had, bro. That boy said you don't see no wall. It's going to be one. Yeah, they should have had a wall in the background going up there behind it. Yeah. It's going to be one, though. Yeah, we're going to have one, and these guys going to probably build it for us whatever in the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're going to build up our wall for us, man. Yeah.
They better do their CrossFit so they can get stronger.
That's right, man. They need to be working out.
They need to do their CrossFit get stronger, man, because they ain't gonna get no superpowers. They ain't gonna get no superhuman strength to build up that wall.
They're gonna be working
They're gonna be doing
hard.
that stuff, and they're gonna be tired. They're gonna be passing out.
They're gonna get tired. They ain't gonna get but one day a week to rest.
You need to be doing all-season training right now.
Yeah. Yeah, man. What you got?
If they ever had a hat, they wear the hat. It's hot.
Yeah.
They put the cap on after building the wall. Our brothers are even ourselves.
Yeah, but we ain't gonna build it. We ain't gonna build that wall.
These are not.
I'm telling you, we're gonna build that wall. We ain't gonna build a wall. The Mother Nation's gonna build that wall, man.
$2.99 hat.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah. Just Google that 12 tribes, bro, and you can get that. You get your picture of that chart. That's right.
Yeah, I've been on the mid so much to add on.
God, this is Isaiah chapter 60, starting at verse 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls.
That's right, man.
And their king shall minister unto thee.
These Edomites, these Moabites,
they're going to build up our walls.
Israelites. They're going to be building up our wall, man, in the kingdom.
So when he's talking about build the wall,
right? That's the wall gonna get built.
We're gonna build up the wall around Israel, around Jerusalem.
That's right.
They're gonna be building up. They got to carry big boulders. They ain't gonna give them no earth movers and that. They ain't giving them no like them big old machines for construction. They ain't gonna be doing that. They're gonna be picking up them things.
But wait, after
on their shoulders like this, and stacking them.
After they remove all the dead bodies, then they're gonna build up the wall, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of construction going on over there.
And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee.
Minister means serve. They gonna serve. They kings gonna serve us.
All their rulers.
President Trump, he gonna serve us.
Sons.
All of them gonna serve us.
All them billionaire
presidents of all these countries, they gonna serve us.
Heads of companies.
That's right. They gonna be our servants. Thus said the Lord.
Say it one more time.
I say they gonna be our servants. All the
they're gonna be our slaves.
Yeah, basically slaves.
The people that oppressed us is gonna be. You know who they are.
Who oppress us today in this society, in this world? Who oppress us? What nation?
Who put your ancestors in captivity? Who put your ancestors in slavery? What group of people did that, man? Who throwing you in these jails? You don't know. Oh, so you don't exist, right?
Who put your ancestors in slavery? You know about slavery?
You don't know?
You ever heard of slavery?
What they taught you about slavery, man? Even in school.
You ain't never heard of slavery.
So how did your ancestors come here? Hey, how did your ancestors come here? Where were you born at? What state were you born in?
Where you from? You from Houston?
This place on here? Where this place?
Yeah, where you from? Where you from? Huh? Jay. Sisters, y'all know y'all ain't supposed to be celebrating that day, man. This Mardi Gras thing, man. That's called the Feast of Bacchus. That's nowhere in the Bible. The Most High don't condone that. I got it right here. I'm trying to tell you about it. Come on back, let's debate it.
Man, she said, "Oh my God, goddamn!" But she's gonna be at church tomorrow.
The ancestors.
What now?
Well, you said that. What was you reading right now? That's the thing. I like it.
You like it?
I don't know.
Isaiah, you were just reading.
Yeah. Man.
The question is, I don't know.
You're gonna see. You're gonna see it, man. Lord willing, you might get a chance to see it. Yep. So it's gonna be a beautiful thing, bro. Yeah, he's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be a beautiful thing.
So yeah.
That's right. You're gonna have servants.
If you believe.
Servants.
Yeah. You don't believe, then you won't have it, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
They're smitten with madness, though.
Yeah. You're smitten, bro.
It's all good, though.
For the sake of edification, we continue on.
Right.
Verse 11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles,
right,
and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, right. Those nations shall be utterly wasted.
That's right, man.
The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious.
Ooh, beautiful.
The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come ending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion and the Holy One of Israel.
So all these Edomites that be despising us today, talking down on us like we ain't nothing, they gonna come down on us on bending knee and worshiping us, serving us, doing whatever we tell them to do. And if they don't, we gonna put that strap on them, man.
Come on,
right.
Man.
The Most High say we're going to rule the kingdom with a rod of iron, man. That's in Revelation.
Yep.
We're going to rule the kingdom with a rod of iron, man.
Verse 15. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee in eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shalt suck the breast of kings, meaning their nourishments, meaning the things that they enjoy, we're going to take. Yep. That's going to nourish us. And thou shalt know that I, Yahweh, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. For brass I will bring gold, for iron I will bring silver, and for wood brass, and for stones iron. I will also make thy officers peace, and thine exactors righteousness. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders.
So that's another proof that these folks is not the people in the land, man.
Come on, man.
The scripture just said, whenever the kingdom set back up, violence ain't gonna be in the land over there.
Yep.
These folks got war every day over there, man.
Yep. Continual war perpetually, man. Perpetual war. Ongoing, continuing war.
Folks got war over there every day.
That's all Esau doing, war. That's all he knows, war. Right now, Esau bombing the place right now.
Oh yeah, that's all.
Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. But thou shalt call thy walls salvation, and thy gates praise.
We're gonna get a wall all right.
What's up?
So we're gonna get a wall all right.
Oh yeah. Build the wall. We're gonna be chanting that. We're gonna have "Make Israel Great Again" hats.
Yeah.
Make Israel Great Again hats. You're gonna sit there.
Right.
Come on, Esau.
Right.
You gotta build the wall. Make Israel great again. Oh man. Shoot, I'm pretty sure somebody ready to make that in Israel, man. Make Israel great again.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if I go and try and find it on Instagram, somebody's selling, some Jake is selling "Make Israel Great Again" hats.
Yeah, you know that.
You already know Jake on it.
Jake be on that.
If not, it's been recorded here first.
Yeah. The same font. Same font as to "Make Israel America Great Again."
God.
And then you walk around with that joke, and these Edomites be like, "That's right, buddy.
You're right, buddy. You're right about that."
Be laughing.
You walk into a bar mitzvah, they be like, thumbs up in you everywhere. So much heat, so much fire, man. In these scriptures, man. Yeah, man. We're going to build up the walls, man. Even though we don't technically need them, we just going to do it just because it's written. We ain't going to technically need them to build the walls because if you're the elect, you're untouchable, man. So the walls is for protection, but the Most High still gonna make them build walls.
That's right.
Just because, man.
Just because, man. Just to see them suffer and pain. And
that's right, man.
Just to see the other nations suffer and pain. The Great Wall of China was built by Israelites, man. They put in slavery. They didn't have their own people building up that wall. They had strangers building up the walls. And they talk about all the time the Great Wall of China. People travel around the world. People travel to China to go see the Great Wall of China.
That brother bad out, man.
Be out of there, brother. That boy's checked out. He's basically a zombie.
Yeah.
Literally.
For you to say you don't even remember any type of intermission of slavery.
Yeah. He's a dead man walking.
Right. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 2, and verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. And that was red letter. So the Most High said, he who endures until the end, him shall he give power over the nations, man.
Yep.
Just what the brother was going into. So we gonna be ruling, man, in the latter days. And when our kingdom is set up, man. And, under the rulership of our Lord and Savior Yahawashi, man. You know, and we're gonna have these nations in subjection.
That's man stuff right there, man.
That's right.
That's stuff they teaching in these.
That's reparations, man. Come on. That's true reparations.
Because that includes vengeance.
That's right.
That includes, hey, not only you get your land back, but whatever they got, we got that too.
They get it double. We
taking it.
Whatever they did unto us, they gonna get it double.
They got to bring their riches out. All their goodies that they got, you got to come off that. It's ours.
That's right.
It's like this thing you said in Isaiah 6.
It's like you're gonna have to listen to what I tell you to do, man.
The worth of that, you can't even put numbers behind it, man. That's even past zillions of dollars.
That's right.
Whatever's after a zillion is above that.
That's why in the scriptures say in the Revelations, thou art rich, man. That's the riches, what the scriptures was talking about, man. The riches of the kingdom, man.
Esau would wish he could buy, he could buy a body that an elect man would have. Esau looking for immortality right now, and he can't get it.
He tried. That's why he put it in cartoons and TV shows like we was talking about.
That's right.
He tried. He wished.
He wish he could get it, man.
They know. They know,
They look for all avenues to see how they can live longer. No, the Most High said that he would not let the spirit of man tarry more than 120 years, man. Edomites need to read them scriptures, man.
They can't read it though. They can't get no understanding of that stuff, man.
He would have told you, man. It's in there already. He done put a cap limit on your life, on the lifespan of man on earth.
Come on,
120 years, man.
Yep.
Psalms. In Psalm 2 and 6. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord Yahweh have said unto me, Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron.
Wait, I thought the heathen could be saved. Why is he breaking them with a rod of iron, man?
Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron.
No, all nations can be saved. We're all going to be in the kingdom saying Kumbaya, my Lord.
Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron.
Break them with a rod of iron, man.
I had a dream that little Jake boys we hand in hand with little heathen girls.
But I'm going to break them with a rod of iron.
Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
We're going to be singing, we are the world, we are the children, right?
Break them, dash them, and break their little ones into pieces, man.
I mean, that's what y'all call about being saved, you know what I mean? That's what you want to consider being saved.
I didn't know what that was, bro.
That's two females.
That's crazy.
One of them looking like a dude.
That's crazy.
But Esau can do what he wants.
But that's the evils in this place what we started off with, man. That's one of the evils that goes on in this place, and it's looked on like it's something high and mighty, man. And God we trust is what this place supposed to base their values on, man.
What God?
Yeah, what God?
That's why they call it the God of this world. That's why in the scripture says the God of this world, whom the God of this world hath blinded. Yep. So they are worshiping a God.
That's right.
It's just the God of this world is Satan, because he's the one that has the current jurisdiction over the earth.
Yeah.
That's the God they believe in, the God we trust. Murder, rape, mayhem.
That's right.
Theft, all kinds of stuff, man. That's what governs this earth. The earth is just in complete wickedness, man.
Wickedness.
You know? And it's normal, man. These Edomites have no freaking problem, no freaking remorse about the wickedness and atrocities they've done on the earth, man. At all, bro. They gloat in that stuff. They want to make you learn their history, and then you say our government. You start talking like that. These great Jakes out here, man. We got blood equity. We got blood equity in America, man. We need them reparations. We got blood equity.
I ain't got nothing but a hard time.
See, that's
what Ice Cube say. I got a hard, you know what, and a piece of bubble gum. That's all Esau got for you, man.
And that's the problem with these Jakes, man. You realizing, look, you're not realizing you're not doing your study. You're not knowing the scriptures at all.
Well, not even history, because even if you don't know scriptures, if you go into history should tell you that no people is going to give you something.
That's right.
You take it.
Oh yeah,
that's right. That's what we're going to take the kingdom now. That's what we're going to get. We don't need no reparation. We're going to take the kingdom, just like the scriptures say. We shall take the kingdom.
That's what Daniel.
And that's the thing. You think every time God gives you thinking about which God. You don't know which God you're serving. You think you're serving the God of the Bible. You're not, though. You're talking about your oppressor.
Yep.
Come on, Jake. Wake up, man.
Yep. That's what it is.
Crazy, man. Playing that, what's it called?
It's like one of the most prideful countries on earth, man.
Here comes Satan. Here comes Satan.
This is one of the most prideful countries on earth, man. It's America, man. What the Most High say, pride comes before destruction, man. That's what's here. That's what this place faith is, destruction.
Yep. Nothing but destruction, man. That's the only thing that's coming to this place, man.
You can tell this word, man, is starting to reach the four corners of the earth, especially here in America. It's starting to get all over. You're starting to see like a lot of these other nations, whenever they look at brothers out here doing this, they starting to take a lot of pictures, or they looking at mocking. You can tell with their expressions on their faces, they shoo-shooing and whispering in each other's ears. You know, you're starting to see a lot of that going on. But that's all supposed to happen, man. They got to hear their faith too.
So one thing is like that as the time approaches towards the end, you know, they're going to start trying to put a slower spotlight on like people teaching. The fact that it even got on CNN was like that is national news. So now you got people being inquisitive, like, are these people associated with those guys in DC?
They send them arrested guys preaching in London, maybe.
Yeah.
Like they're talking about preaching hate. They arrested them, snatched them off the street. One dude was just a regular old. It sounded like he was like from like Africa somewhere. He had a strong accent. He was just trying to preach the gospel out there on the streets, and they snatched him up.
Dang.
Talking about he was preaching hate. You know, they was probably mistaking him because he was street preaching, and probably mistaking him for, you know, for one of like, you know, one of the brothers or something.
Yeah.
Out there preaching the true gospel, but he wasn't though. He was just a
regular Christian. Trying to get people to Jesus.
Yeah. He was on their side pretty much. They just didn't know.
That boy was a willing slave, man.
Right, man.
He ain't know it.
And boy, example. You gonna stay like that from, and they still gonna get you.
Yeah.
That's right.
You might as well.
I'd rather go out swinging.
Exactly. Don't be go out like a coon. Go out like a man, bro.
As far as you can think back, man, this place been always turning. Like, you know, they always make it look like it's a fight against the Christians and the Muslims, man.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole thing is, it's just a fight against the people of the Most High. That's what it all boils down to. You know, all that is just set up, man, to just come up against the Most High, man, the children of God.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about. And those two religions is snares for our people. It's just something to keep them away from the truth.
Yep. Well, you ask is like, where did your ancestors learn Christianity from? Let's go to the origin.
Right.
Well, you have to admit, it was on a plantation, or it's through via colonialism, whatever.
That's right, man.
You can't run around that.
That's right.
And then you got to ask yourself, did these people that did that, did they have your best interest at heart? No. Based on the condition in which they gave it to you, that shows you that they don't like it.
Right.
It shows you that it's not something you're supposed to take. It doesn't make sense that somebody conquers you and you take a religion from them.
I was watching this documentary about in Ghana. It was a small group of people that was still doing the customs of Israel, man. Mm-hmm. And they was, you know, and it was this Edomite. She so-called was just, she was one of them fake Jews from Canada. She was out there and just so-called stumbled up on them.
Yeah.
And it was just so happened to be around Hanukkah. And so she stumbled up on them and seen in the community how they was keeping like the same custom that she do back home.
Yeah, yeah.
So she started investigating and looking into it, and she started looking into their history. And she went to one of the elders, and he broke it down to her and told her that they was descendants from the Israelites, and they actually had took the journey from Israel all the way over to Ghana and was settled there today and kept the customs, man. She didn't know what to say, so she went to her rabbi to get some confirmation on that. And he started denouncing and talking about they probably was just some wandering Jews, just making them seem like they were just really some nobodies, basically, and just wandered and stumbled upon on a religion. You know, they look at it as a religion. They don't look at it as a nationality, basically.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it was just a bunch of bahoney. But then the dude who was over the camp, he fighting with the fake Jews to try to get some recognition from them, so he can get some funding. No, that ain't. You know, he just helped people with direction and stuff. But yeah, he fighting with the fake Jews to get some recognition from them, and finally got it. So now his little community is recognized as being part of the Jewish system. So now I think he trying to wait and get a little funding so they can try to expand and all this type of stuff. When the little what you call that thing they have on their head?
It's called a yarmulke.
Cause Jake and them wearing that, they done sent they would send them some yarmulkes, and they sent them little shawls and all that stuff, man.
Yeah, because like I said,
say man,
that's what they did over there in Nigeria too.
But
that boy Nnamdi Kanu, they gave him a yarmulke.
But one of the Jake's elders had said that their following used to be big out there back in the day. Used to be big until Christianity came in there. And then one of the head leaders of it followed after Christianity and took a bunch of them with him.
Yeah.
And so that's why it was just a few of them left. You know? That's where we at now.
Them Jakes out there in West Africa, they believe that the fake Jews is really the real Jews.
Right.
And that those are like that pain from it. Like they'll be like they'll interview somebody like Dynasty, the dude that I showed you that has that channel. He be going there learning the Canaanite religion.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why they say that Debo's are Jews? And they'll be like, well, brother, we believe that we're descendants of those people, those Jewish people.
That's like how a lot of the brothers today that I be watching, man, like brothers that been in the truth for years, still don't recognize that part of the country got a lot of Israelites over there. They just stay there with that doctrine that Africans ain't our people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just ridiculous, man.
Some people can't grow.
I'm watching a brother one time. He had a sister and a brother from Nigeria up there talking with them. They just chopping up.
Yeah.
I say, man, look at this.
IUIC used to do that too.
Yeah.
I remember back in like 2013, some lady from Nigeria was like, oh, dang, I believe this.
Instead of saying, look, instead of saying, look, Ham trying to dress like us. Ham trying to dress hip like us today. Ham is the new Jay, the new nigga in America.
It's funny, man.
Yeah, it is. That's why it's say you gotta listen, man, and listen
the
with
music,
understanding.
the Afro beats.
Yeah.
The brother one.
Yeah.
The brother,
Oh, okay.
But he was liking it.
Let's go. That's 25.
Yeah, that boy like that. Yeah. I ain't said that. Yeah. No, I ain't said that to him. The burner boy. That's right. That boy was like just fire. And the music video was clean too. The way they had it. It was.
Man, just think how the music gonna be in the kingdom, man.
Yeah, next level. Like that one with Wizkid that you like. That joke was sounding like futuristic, didn't it? That boy like that one. The one that.
Esau ain't gonna be able to control that.
Yeah.
Esau ain't gonna be able to take control over that.
Yeah, he ain't gonna have control over no music. The brothers into music heavy.
Yeah, man.
We talk about music industry all the time. The music in the kingdom gonna be out of this world.
So I ain't gonna have no control over that stuff.
Yeah. So he ain't gonna be able to tell us what lyrics to say. Nope. None of that. It's up to the next level because they had a big. Back in the time of
it's all gonna be making our history.
Of David and Solomon, they had a big band.
Yeah.
Like Earth, Wind, and Fire, but greater.
Yeah.
Yeah, multiple singers.
That's probably the only role Esau gonna
rappers,
have in the
whatever.
Huh? I said that's probably the only role Esau gonna have in the music is making our instruments.
Yep. Imagine what they were spitting back then, man. The music. Live instruments too. We can close it out.
You're going to be talking about your Edomites and slavery while you're doing it too. You're going to make a lyric, make a song.
Make diss records against the nations.
Yeah.
Right. Real talk.
Remember?
Amos, we'll have one called Amos 1. Amos chapter 1. Drop that Amos chapter 1 on him.
This is the book of St. Matthew chapter 26 and verse 6. Now when Yahawashi was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Yahawashi understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she has wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she has poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this that this woman has done be told for memorial of her. So with that, we want to give all the glory and all the honor to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, in the name of His Son, Yahawashi. Peace and salutation to all the brothers and sisters that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.